Honestly, if I can do this at home, I know for a fact that they can do this themselves. Okay, let's take pictures. Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a new video. Excuse the baby hairs because the gel that I use left a white cast for some reason. I don't know why, but it's like that probably through half of the video. Also, I'm currently on acne medication, so hopefully this clears up fast. I didn't want to wait to do this video, so we're gonna have to just deal. All right, okay, let's get started. I ordered a couple things. I was looking back at my old video that I did with my friend Miles, and we went out and we bought the darkest Korean foundations that we could ever find at the face shop, I think, and it didn't work out, obviously, as you'll see in this next clip.
Yeah. A little Caucasian.
And they were still pale, like they were completely beige. I decided to get 2 dark foundations in 2 brands that I absolutely love. And if these end up working out, I'll be able to actually do a full face of these 2 brands for Korean makeup, which is going to be amazing. I've never been able to do a full face before for a brand that doesn't have a dark foundation. And I think the only ones that do have it at this moment are, I think, E.l.F and Innisfree. And there might be more out there, but I have no idea which ones actually have it. So I have one. This is the 3CE Stylenanda Glossing Waterful Foundation. And this was in the shade soft beige. So this was, I think there were only 2 shades on the website. I bought these both at Yesstyle.com. And this is like their darkest foundation. Correction, this is their darkest cool tone foundation. The warmer tone nude beige was out of stock, so I could not get that. But if you're going to try this out, I recommend looking for the foundations that have a warm tone. It's going to be a lot harder for you to mix if it is a cool tone, which you'll see during this video. But yeah, that's about it. I think the price is like, what, $22, so it wasn't that expensive. Also, if you guys want to go ahead and get a discount on Yesstyle, my code is below. You can save 5% off of your purchase or 2% off of future purchases. So be sure to go ahead and check that out. When I swatched this out, I was like, oh my god, this is so pale. This one is a double lasting serum foundation from Etude House. I was actually wanting to try a serum foundation one of these days, but I could never find one that I liked. I have tried the Bare Minerals serum foundation, but I think it just looks weird on me now. It doesn't look the same, and it could be because it is winter time right now, so I don't know. We're gonna try these both out today. They're actually very, very pale. I'm going to test them out on my chest so y'all can see how pale these are. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to darken them up. But what I haven't revealed in this video yet is that I'm gonna be basically messing with the color. I'm going to darken both of these shades right here. And I'm not gonna be doing this with a darker foundation because I feel like if I had a darker foundation, it would compromise the formula of these 2, that I will use these E.l.F drops. So these are match shade adjusters. I have 2 shade adjusters and then 1 undertone adjuster. They have a golden shade, but it makes your foundation look a lot lighter. And this is gonna really warm up the tones that I have here because these are actually super pale. One of them is in the shade Bronze, and it's this one. And then the other one is in the shade Deepen, which is this one. So I'm glad I got both of them. I was gonna actually just get Bronze, but now looking at it, I feel like for these foundations, I'm definitely gonna have to use the deep tone in here to really darken these shades for my skin. I'm gonna be doing everything on my chest before I actually go full out on my face. And what I wanna do is I wanna do half of my face with the Etude House and the other half with the Stylenanda Glossing Foundation, and I'm gonna just do my full face and talk to you guys. So we're gonna see how this works out. And it's super affordable because all of these shades are each $4 on E.l.F. If this ends up working, it's gonna be a really, really good investment. I have a spatula right over here. I'm gonna lower the camera to my neck, zoom out a bit. Okay, I think I wanna start with the Stylenanda 3CE foundation, because this is, I think you have to kind of shake it because it's actually a pretty watery one. I just have this stale old Innisfree CC cream that I absolutely don't like. This is their Innisfree matte full cover cushion. It's not in my shade, it looks terrible on my skin, and it actually makes my texture look worse. I never actually use this in a video because I absolutely hate it. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait. I wonder if I can prop this up. Okay, I did it. Okay, I'm gonna start the recording, and we're gonna just put the dropper on the inside. This is soft beige. I'm obviously not surprised, you guys. Of course, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna get the other shade as well and just put it on me. And this one is in, this is also the darkest shade. This is in Amber N07. I think this is darker if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So this has like a more warm or more golden beige look. Clearly I can't use this. Most of y'all probably can't use this, which is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take this, the 3CE Glossing Waterful Foundation, put this in here. And I'm just gonna start mixing. I'm just gonna go right for it. We're gonna see if we can get a little concoction going right here. There's actually a ton of product in this foundation container. Ooh. So I wanna start with the Mix to Match Shade Adjuster in Bronzed. I have a little spatula right here, so we're just gonna go in and mix it together. And my skin tone is less neutral. So say if I only mixed the shade adjusters in here, I think I would come up with a really neutral brown tone, which my skin has more of a warm undertone to it. So that really wouldn't look right for me. I'm gonna try to mix in the shade undertone adjuster. So I'm gonna mix in some warmth in here. We're gonna just add in a little bit. I don't wanna make it too red. So we're gonna just mix that in as well. But we're already getting a few shades darker. I have a long way to go. But we're gonna do this, you guys. Because I don't want to compromise the actual product. Like, we're not gonna, ooh, okay, hopefully that's not gonna be too dark. I kind of maybe I've made this a little bit too dark. So we're gonna add in some more warmth in here. If you're gonna use the deepen shade, I recommend not using too much of that. Now this might be a fail, because to me, well, at least for using the deepen shade, I feel like we're gonna have to just use bronze and warm for this. So I'm gonna put this on my chest right now, and we're gonna see how that does not look good. That looks gray, and it still looks a little bit too light. So I'm gonna get rid of this batch because I don't like it. This might take a few tries. On the paper towel, it doesn't look too bad. This looks like my skin tone, but it looks a little bit too gray. I think I figured out the color. This is it. But you have to play around with like the warm shade as well as your darker bronzy shade, I guess, to mix this up. I think I'm putting in too much work for this video, but it's kind of interesting. I want to see how this is going to look on my skin. What I will do first though is put on my primer. I'm going to use the Stylenanda Back to Baby primer. Now, I don't really know what the point of this video is. I think I just wanted to experiment and see if I could just darken up the shades of these without using actual foundation and just use shade adjusters. I will say I think I finally mixed my shade correctly, but I already like the sheer coverage that this one in particular has. And it's very lightweight. I've never been able to say that about a 3CE foundation because I've never worn one before, because it's never been in my color or my shade before. But you know, if I could do this at home, why can't an actual Korean company do this in their lab? We are buying their products. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. We're interested, we want to buy them, but we can't because they're not making shades, but they're still selling to Americans and other people around the world who are darker. I don't actually feel it on my skin. And the cool thing is I thought that these drops would compromise the formula. Like, I really was thinking, oh, I'm adding too many of these drops in here, it's compromising it. I don't think it is. I know if I used another foundation, it definitely would have, but it feels lightweight. It looks very dewy. I have this like used or leftover Innisfree container here. We're gonna put in the Etude House Serum Foundation, and we're gonna just put a few pumps in here. I'm also gonna go in again with my spatula here. We're gonna go in with a few drops of the Bronze Shade Adjuster. I'm gonna just start the mixing process here. I wanna go in a little bit at a time because we're just mixing the colors together. This one was gonna be a lot easier for me to mix because it's already darker than the last foundation that I was mixing before. Some more of these drops in here.
It's the money.
So I want y'all to take a look at this Serum Foundation and just how beautiful it looks after I went in and messed with it. Okay, so I've just mixed together the Etude House Serum Foundation, and this is looking really close to my skin tone, so we're gonna actually put this on the left side of my face right here. When I tell you guys it's like literal glass skin, it is. Okay, so what I will say is this side's looking a little bit more gray on camera. I just added in some more warmth to the batch that I have right here. I'm gonna have to definitely powder this up and do a full ending look for you guys. So I'm gonna save this for a later day. So this side is the Stylenanda Glossing Waterful Foundation. And then the left side is the Double Lasting Serum Foundation from Etude House. This one's definitely more dewy on the skin. I don't know which one I like more yet, but I have to see how it looks with the powder afterwards. But if I were to say now, I think I like the look of the Serum Foundation more because it just gives me that glass skin look, even though I personally don't really usually go for a dewy look, but it does give me a more natural glow for sure. This is a lot less dewy, but it still has that dewy look to it. So both of them are more dewy foundations. I didn't want to do matte because I felt like the mixing of it would have been a lot worse. And I feel like the matte foundations probably look a lot more gray in general. So I just went for dewy instead. I don't know why I did that. I just thought it was a good idea. So anyways, that's how this side looks. That's how this side looks. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I'm gonna be using the medium tan concealer from Milk Makeup, which I don't think I look in person. I think this matches me perfectly. It looks really good. In fact, it might be a little bit too dark for my skin, who knows? But what I will recommend you guys doing if you're gonna do this, definitely buy the golden drops rather than just the warm ones if you're my skin tone. I recommend just getting all of them except for the light colors. Obviously you don't need the light ones, but if you want to have full control at adjusting this, then definitely get that. Or you can mix in your foundations if you want, you guys, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot harder for you because you're also messing with the formula of the foundation, so you might not even know the full effect of it. What I wanna do is I wanna actually try other shade adjuster drops from other brands if they have any, because the one from E.l.F, the darkest one, has a slightly gray hue to it. But luckily, if you buy the warm drops, you should be fine. I'm gonna go in with my, I also got this from Yesstyle, by the way, my Vanilla Co Sebum Control Hydrating Primer powder. We're gonna just get rid of some of this shine that's going on because it's a little bit too much for me personally, but at least I was able to show you guys how this looks without wearing any powder. But I would not be able to survive the day just going out like that. It would probably look good for like 30 minutes, and after that I would look completely awful. Like if you're looking for a more hydrating foundation for the winter time, I recommend this if you want to put in the work, okay? Because they don't have our shades yet. Honestly, if I can do this at home, I know for a fact that they can do this themselves. I literally just mixed in a warm color correcting color with this other shade adjuster that's like bronze tone. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Mercier powder. On top, this is a translucent medium to deep powder, and I'm curious to know how this is gonna look with this foundation. And it still kind of has a bit of a dewiness to it, which I'm gonna definitely keep. I don't want to get rid of that completely. Were you gonna sneeze?
Oh.
That's what I figured.
Whoa, psychic.
It's weird that I literally have on a 3CE and an Etude House foundation on my face. I'm gonna also put all the links to the makeup products that I'm using below, so be sure to go ahead and check them out, you guys. I'm using the M Cosmetics shadow to as my highlight. This stuff is, it's just really pretty. Go in with my E.l.F. Blush in Always Spicy. I love this blush so much. This is also, it's sold at Target. You can find this one pretty easily. Okay, so I've got this, you know, little neutral shadow palette that I got a while ago. I think I used this in my last video. Again, I got this in the magazine from Japan on my last trip there. Then I'm gonna go in with this warm tone brown towards the very end. I'm gonna go, it's more of like a burgundy on camera, but then I'm gonna go in with this brown afterwards. So I'm just gonna kind of go all over the lid. So I'm gonna go all over it with a sparkly color after. And I wanna go in, this is from Bobby Mellow, it's a Korean brand. I'm just gonna take this and go all over my lid. And it's just gonna really make this pop. Other lid as well. And I'm gonna use, I think this is from Mimi Box, the TikTok Lip Paint Tint Lip in, I'll show you this. Oh, this is in Cashmere. Oh, I'm missing my lashes. I'm gonna put my lashes on and then be right back. After putting on the foundation, I think it looks really, really good. I have a nice glow going on here. I'm gonna put a little bit more of my highlighter on. I do like how these two foundations ended up turning out. I think it's a long way from where they were before. I'm gonna definitely take some pictures and show you guys how they look also in flash. It could look great, could not, I don't really know. Don't really see a difference, really. I'm gonna also put some gloss on my lips with a red lip gloss from Glossier. Straight over this. On. One is the Estee Lauder, one is the Etude House, other is 3CE. So you could spend your money on this stuff. I don't recommend it really unless you want to experiment like I did, but I did this solely for seeing how easy it would be for me to shade down these foundation shades, and I feel like if I can do it, other companies can. I really hope that in the future they make darker shades for us, because if we are interested in these foundation shades, I don't see why we can't get at least here or somewhat close, because it's pretty late in the game. I think that these companies are now definitely marketing towards people in the US, so if that's the case, we should do better. I hope that you guys like this video. I'm gonna have more K-beauty videos coming up really soon. I just wrote out a book full of ideas for the rest of this month as far as filming goes, so I have a lot of cool things to show you guys coming up really soon. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna put the pictures at the end of this video as well of how this foundation or how these foundations ended up looking. Also, all products used in this video are gonna be listed down below. Be sure to go ahead and check them out and let me know what you think. All right guys, bye. Let's just apply the double lasting Serum Foundation all over my face without, you know, doing any of the mixing. This is their darkest foundation. This is bringing me flashbacks to the other video. Oh my god. Buff it down the neck a bit.
You look more marketable.
What? Comment down below if this gives you guys flashbacks to my old video that I did with Miles a while ago. Do you guys see this? This is gross. Okay, let's take pictures.
Let's be